Hi everyone, and happy Wine Wednesday. I'm Allie from A Glass After Work. Thanks for joining. Today I wanted to share a couple of Thanksgiving wine recommendations. I know tomorrow is Thanksgiving, so it might be coming a little bit late, but I figure that a lot of people are probably figuring out what they want to drink last minute, so hopefully these recommendations will be helpful. I'm only going to taste 3, but I'm going to talk through some other recommendations in the process while we taste these 3, since I know finding the exact wines that I'm tasting might be a little difficult. That said, why don't we start off with this Verdejo. So El Terrano 2017 Verdejo. This is actually a wine that I bought at Whole Foods, and it's pretty inexpensive. I've talked about some of the other El Terrano wines before, so it's probably not a surprise that I went and I grabbed the Verdejo. It's a $12 bottle of wine from the Rueda area of Spain, which is up in the northern part of the country. And I like to think of Verdejo as a good alternative to Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc could be a really good Thanksgiving wine option. They do also range in prices. You can do everything from a white Bordeaux, which is probably going to cost you something like the $40 range, to like a Sauvignon Blanc from Chile, like the Casillero Diablo, which I don't think I've done a review of the Sauvignon Blanc, but I've done a review of a number of their reds. It's a really good Sauvignon Blanc. It's probably going to run you much more in the $10 range. And so depending on what your budget is, either would be a really good option for Thanksgiving. However, if you didn't want to go the normal Sauvignon Blanc route, doing something like Verdejo is a really nice option for those white wine Sauvignon Blanc lovers. So here we go. You can see it's nice and clear and light colored. I've got some good stone fruits. A little bit of, actually a little bit of tropical fruit. Again, a little bit of pineapple. It's also, I think I didn't take it out of the refrigerator soon enough, so it's a little cold. It's a little tight, but all right, why don't we give it a taste? Cheers. Oh yeah, it's really nice. So it's very aromatic. Got some really good peaches, some good apricots, some hints of pineapple going on in here. It is something that will be really, really nice with the turkey. It'll help bring out a lot of the herb seasonings that you're going to have with the turkey. It's got a light to medium body, good acidity. So it's going to be a wine that is light and isn't going to overpower your turkey, but is going to actually complement it very nicely. It's actually why a lot of times I think people enjoy drinking Sauvignon Blanc, but Verdejo is definitely an option. Another white wine option would be a Chenin Blanc. I don't have one to taste tonight, but I will link down below to my Thanksgiving 2016 recommendations. I didn't actually do recommendations last year, but in 2016, I did a big write-up on my blog of some sparkling, some rosé, some white, and some red recommendations. And I did have a Chenin Blanc there, the Clarksburg Estate Chenin Blanc, which is really, really good. It's a California Chenin Blanc, but you can also get Chenin Blancs from South Africa, and they tend to be really affordable. The Clarksburg Chenin Blanc was $18, so we're talking under $20. It'll be really good. It's a good alternative to drinking Sauvignon Blanc, but it is going to still have those benefits of kind of going that route with a lighter white wine. All right, next up, I want to do a rosé. So this is a Pinot Noir rosé. Pinot Noir in general is a really good option for Thanksgiving. Pinot Noir rosé also is a good option. Rosé in general is a good option. Rosé could be a good option for almost any day, but you know, if you need an excuse, Thanksgiving is a good one. This is a screw top, as you saw. The fun thing about this, the Matua, so this rosé is from New Zealand. New Zealand obviously is known for Sauvignon Blanc, but it's also doing some really, really nice rosés. And the fun thing about this label, as you can see, the snowflake on it is kind of really, really light blue when the wine is not cold enough to drink. But when the wine is cold enough to drink, you can see that it turns a nice color blue, so you know that it is ready to serve and it's going to be the right temperature. I think that that's a lot of fun. So, all right, let's take a look at the wine. So you saw the Simply Wine charm that I have for the holidays, and then here is the rosé. So you can see it's nice. It's a nice kind of orangish pink color. So this is kind of what you expect from a rosé. I've got a little bit of herbaceousness going on, so it's got a little more going on, but otherwise I've got some strawberries, a little bit of grapefruit. So it's super simple, but I think it would be a good option at $13. The fact that there's not a lot going on doesn't surprise me, but it's $13. All right, let's give it a taste. Cheers. Ah, perfect. So strawberries, some cranberries, a little bit of herbs, maybe a little bit of actually like maybe a little bit of flower petals, maybe almost like roses or something. I think maybe there's a little rose petals. So it's not a super ton going on, but it's nice and light, good acidic qualities. It'll be really, really food friendly. It will pair very, very nicely with everything you're gonna have on the Thanksgiving Day table without overwhelming it. Plus, it'll help cut through some of the fat. I know I love going to my mother-in-law's for Thanksgiving, but we're gonna have a sweet potato casserole, we're gonna have homemade mac and cheese, we're gonna have mashed potatoes. Having a little bit of acid to cut through all of that will just help make sure that my mouth is nice and fresh as I go and taste all of those like fattier side dishes, which will be great. All right, last up, I'm gonna open a Grenache. And the thing about Grenache is that it is also a really good Thanksgiving wine, but it's not necessarily the ones that people think of. People very often will talk about drinking a Pinot Noir, kind of like the Pinot Noir rosé. And if you're going to do that, I definitely think that you should consider finding a Pinot Noir from the Willamette Valley. I am just in love with Willamette right now. Something like the wines from Penner Ash or Sokol Blosser are going to be really nice. They're also going to be a little more on the pricey side. You're probably talking $50, $60, as much as $70. So they're going to be really nice, but they're going to be really pricey. Another option is to go with a Beaujolais. And as you know, I did the Beaujolais Nouveau tasting last week, and that would be perfect. So you could definitely do a Beaujolais Nouveau and have no problems. You want to do a real Beaujolais, they are real Beaujolais, but if you want to do a Beaujolais that's not Nouveau but has aged a little bit, that would also be a really good option because the Gamay grape is a fantastic pairing with turkey. There is a Beaujolais that I thought was really, really beautiful, the Liège. I will put the information for it below because you're never going to get it from my French pronunciation. I actually reviewed the Beaujolais Nouveau from this winery back in 2016. So there's going to also be a link to that in my write-up that I will post. But definitely think about grabbing their regular Beaujolais. It's incredibly affordable. It's $20. It is going to be absolutely beautiful, what you are looking for. That said, I think that going with a Garnacha is not a bad idea. So you can do Garnacha from Spain or you can do a Grenache from California. This, sorry, I should show you the label. Grenache from California. Norm is a 2015 Grenache. So I got Norm from my Vasco Urbano wine club. I know that that might be a little difficult to get on such short notice, but doing a Grenache is going to be a good option. And here we'll taste one and you'll see why. So this one's got a nice dark color. It's a ruby with little hints of garnet because it's about ready. It's about ready to peak, or I think it is. So really good cranberries, really good raspberries. It's also got floral aspects, so in some ways it's actually not too dissimilar from the Mantua, except it's much richer and deeper in those characteristics. I'm getting a lot more cranberry. And the florals aren't just rose petals. There's I don't know, maybe lilacs? I'm not great with flowers, but it's really very floral. It's really very good. Why don't we take a taste? Cheers. So this is definitely going to have a lot more structure to it. So I'm getting a good amount of gum pill. I'm actually a little surprised from a Grenache how much, but definitely a lot more tannins. It's definitely still got some good acid, and it actually could use a little breathing. I probably should have put it through this soiree because the alcohol is a little high, but that's something that'll dissipate with air. But it is just, there's also a little bit of like thyme going on, which would make it perfect for also pairing with the turkey skin. It just, Grenache and Thanksgiving would be perfect. Another good option if you are having trouble finding a Pinot Noir that you like, and I think I may have forgotten to mention, the Meiomi Pinot Noir is also really good. You can find that for about $20. And if you're having trouble finding a Pinot Noir that looks like what you would want to bring, you're not finding a Grenache or a Garnacha that you want to bring, another option is Zinfandel. So Zinfandel is also going to be more of your California, so you're probably going to have a little bit easier time finding it. I will say, as somebody who is a huge Zinfandel fan, though, I tend to be a little picky with my Zinfandels. If you watch my channel, you know I'm a Storybook Mountain fan. Their Zinfandels are going to be absolutely beautiful. You could go with something like a Turley or the Turley Juvenils, which is going to be kind of a younger vine, a little less expensive Turley. That's still probably, though, going to run you in the $40 range. But there's also other options. You can do something like a Cameron Hughes Zinfandel. You can do Knud's Estate Zinfandel. The Cameron Hughes is probably in the $23 range. The Knud is going to be more in the $16 range. They're still going to be absolutely delicious. They, though, are going to be the wines for somebody who wants a more full-bodied wine, where the Pinot Noir and the Beaujolais, that's going to be somebody who's looking for something that's a little lighter. Last but not least, sparkling wines. So sparkling wines, I don't have any to try tonight, but you should definitely consider doing a sparkling wine. You could do a cava like the Seguro Vuedas, or you can do the Gruet Blanc de Noir. Both of them incredibly affordable, absolutely delicious. We're talking in the $10 to $13 range. You should never have to pay more for that. And nobody's going to even know that it's not champagne. And it'll be fantastic with your cheese. It'll be fantastic with your turkey. Definitely think about that. Another interesting option, if you want to go to the Italian route, you can do a Lambrusco. Lambrusco is going to be a little more like a fizzy red wine, or a fizzy or a sparkling to fizzy pink wine, depending on which level you get. Riuniti would be fine, but that's definitely much more in this sweet, heavy red wine category. I like the Albina Canali, and that's going to be more in the $20, but a lot more like drinking a rosé sparkling than it is going to be like a heavy red sweet sparkling. All of the information is down below, because I know I have just absolutely overloaded you with Thanksgiving wine recommendations. But I'd love to know what you end up drinking, because by the time you probably have a chance to respond, Thanksgiving will be over and we'll be on to the rest of the December holidays. So let me know what you ended up serving. Let me know if it worked, if it didn't work, if you have other suggestions that I may have missed. I want to know. We've been talking about Thanksgiving wines for a couple of weeks now, so it's good to hear what everybody actually ended up with. Most importantly though, have a fantastic Thanksgiving. I am very thankful for you guys, for you watching my videos, and for joining me on Wine Wednesdays. December, I have a lot of other videos that will be kind of the bonus videos, so stay tuned for those. And so I think that's everything I got. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you aren't already a subscriber, you can do that by clicking on the caricature here, or clicking on the subscribe button down below. And don't forget to click on the little bell, which will let you know when I have uploaded a new video, which is going to be every Wine Wednesday. Plus, now there are clearly going to be a few extras in there. And if you are looking for a recommendation, you can find one right here. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for joining. Cheers.